And let that be a lesson to fathers everywhere. Never leave your garage unlocked when your son knows where your stuff is. Well, not to be all doom and gloom today, but it's 24 degrees. You've got to love Nebraska weather. And that is an improvement because it has been like 18, 19 degrees. So there's that. In the back there, I had to go over to the Padres house and get the solvent tank and solvent. And let that be a lesson to fathers everywhere. Never leave your garage unlocked when your son knows where your stuff is. Getting warmer. Okay, so we got the solvent tank in. We got it loaded. Got the diesel heater, well, we had it going. Trying not to explode the solvent everywhere. So I'm just going to leave that off. And the other heater you can hear in the background is the electric heater. And this will be the perfect test subject. Our timing chain cover. Eee. Nasty. And so we begin. We'll get my metal brushes out. Oh, that's already eaten. Some of it just off. No brush, no nothing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Already I can tell this was worth the drive and effort to hijack this thing. Picked up a little brush set off Amazon. A little hard to do with one hand, but you know what? This is working. Easily. Because I'm not even putting pressure on this to get all this grease off. Very nice. That's very nice. Oh, there's even some original paint under there. Some of that Slant 6 blue. This is exactly what I was hoping for with bringing the solvent tank over. So, I mean, this is just going to make this 15 times easier to actually get these parts cleaned up so we can powder coat them. I like it. I mean, you can just tell just since I've been recording how much of a difference this is making. How much oil. 50 years of oil and grease on this. And it's just coming off like nothing. Alright, I'll show you the finished look here in a minute. Figured I would get some gloves on. Have to tackle this a little bit harder. Dad just sent me a message. Hey, you guys might want to check your yard fleet. Make sure you know you got antifreeze and everything. Which is a good reminder. It is a little late though. It's been 19 for like 3 days. But I guess if a freeze plug hadn't popped yet, that would be a good reminder. I think we're okay though. The only thing I don't know is the war pig, which I will go out and check that. So I do appreciate when he reminds me stuff. This thing is cleaning up quite well, as you can see. Oh, my lights are flickering a little. Been having some power issues in the garage. I think that main breaker is about to just fail on me, which is no good, but man, this is actually almost enjoyable. I'm gonna call this like damn near therapeutic. Minimal effort, I can actually see a result happening, other than the potential for, you know, static electricity discharge and setting myself in the garage on fire. It's not bad, you know. See if I can get this old gasket off of here. Wow, that is one hell of a well-designed gasket. I got a seal in here I'll have to get out. I got some old gasket material on the inside. Nothing too big though. Not that I have sponsors or anything, but this is a Job Smart solvent tank. I think you can get these at Tractor Supply. Seems to be carrying its weight, if you're ever looking for one. This one seems to work well. I'm impressed so far. Very nice. Almost lost my brush. Alright, so about 5 minutes in the solvent tank. Just cleaning it with my brass brush. Looking pretty good, but there's still some spots down here in the corners. So I gotta find a different brush to really get down in there to get those. And I'm gonna let it soak in here while I find some more parts to put through it. Oh, we're climbing to about 35 degrees. So, little 220 heaters. She's trying. I'll let some of that stuff soak. I need a hamburger. Alright. Brackets. Pulleys. More brackets. More brackets. Motor mount. Fan. Torque converter cover, I think. All of this. We're going to get all these cleaned up. So remember what these look like. Because they are pretty terrible. Oh yeah. Letting it rip. You know, I probably say this every winter, but someday I'm just going to start migrating. The birds have it right. There is just no reason to be in this cold weather. And every year, it gets a little harder out here in the garage. Actually, no, it gets a lot easier in the garage. Mostly due to the fact that every year I usually have better equipment, better heating, some which way or another. But you know what it won't stop? It will not stop me complaining. Especially since today, the high was supposed to be, I don't know, the mid 30s, low 30s. I think we got to a balmy 31. Brackets are coming out okay though. But at least there's that. I'll have clean brackets. When I was moving this thing in here, some of it came out. Most of it I had in tubs, but there was some that was in here and it spilled on my leg. I had to go change my pants. And now where it soaked through my jeans, my leg went numb. I'm not sure what that means. But I'm betting that's not good. We're gonna ignore that and just focus on the mission at hand. I went inside, I had my cheeseburger that I couldn't make on a grill, so I made it in the oven. So it was a little bit disappointing, but not as bad as a McDonald's hamburger. I really wish I could just have my good heater. Ironically, and I may have mentioned this earlier, I do have it's like a home furnace out here. And it's got vents and everything. However, it's never worked since I've moved in here. I never really took that much time or anything to get it working. I always just use my diesel heater. Or I got a propane heater. Or I got a few electric heaters. And that was always enough. But this year, all I need to do is run a line. And then actually, it needs power too, so I'll probably have my Padre come over and help me wire it in. The breakers are still there, the wires are still there. Why they disconnected the wires from the breakers, I don't know. But I'm assuming there was a reason. This stuff is incredibly cold. My hands aren't happy. My butt's not happy. The only one who really loves this winter right now is my husky. It's basically 18 degrees all night. You know what she did? She wanted to sleep outside. I practically had to fight her to get her to come back in the house. I guess if I was built like that, I'd probably enjoy the cold, but I'm not built like that. I got a metabolism that'll kill a small freaking horse. And I don't insulate well. Alright, well I'm going to keep working on these pieces. I'll get back to you when we're done. Alrighty. It's the next day. Time to go see what our work is done. First we gotta check on the fleet. Ah, the fleet. Oh. See if it's actually warmed up in here or not. I turned the heater on a while ago. What temperature are we looking at? About 30. It's much better than outside. I think I'm gonna have to crank on the diesel heater. Oh yeah, that's warmer. I only have to change my oxygen quality, but you know, it's gonna be fine. So I let my solvents dry overnight. Now, or dry off the parts. You see how these things went in, and check these out. Minimal effort. Now you can imagine how long this would take if I was just scrubbing these. I mean, another option would be a blaster, I suppose, but I don't have a blaster. So, and this is just a small amount of parts that I did. Take out this timing chain cover. Got all that stuff off of there. She's looking pretty good. We also did like the alternator brackets, some other support brackets. I mean, these are all looking very nice now. So from here, we've got a few different options. One, we could decide that we are going to paint these. And that wouldn't be a bad deal. Painting would definitely be the easiest. I'll get to this in a second. Downside to painting, though, doesn't hold up to just about everything as well as a powder coat. Now, for me, this is why I mostly did these small brackets. We've got a couple different powder coats that I want to try out, and that is actually going to be in the next video. Sam and I are going to get out here, powder coat these, bake them, and see how they turn out. Other stuff, because I don't want to put it through heat, like say my harmonic balancer, so that one is getting painted. My fan, I don't have a big enough oven, that one will get painted as well. But all of this little stuff, I got nothing but time. It's going to take a few seconds to actually powder coat it, set it in the oven, bake it for like 15 minutes. And I usually have to go a second time, and I'll bake that. And be a coating that 1 looks good, 2 should last longer over time, and 3 justifies me actually buying the Eastwood powder coating system. So we've done quite a few different parts over the last couple of years since we got it. This will be the largest selection of parts that we've ever powder coated. This is also the first time that we've had a solvent tank, which, man, I've taken wire wheels and degreaser and brushes and just scrub and scrub and scrub. This was the most minimal effort to get this done by far. Now there is brackets like this one where I soaked it and soaked it and soaked it, and whatever some of this stuff is, this is just hard to get off. Now I did let it soak overnight, and I can scrape it off. So I'll probably use is a flathead, scrape that off, put it back through the solvent tank, then we'll be ready to go. As you can see, it did get most of the stuff off, but there's still stuff like on the inside, and it's like it was baked on there. So no matter what I did in the solvent tank and with my myriad of brushes, nothing was getting it. That's the only part I've got like that though. Everything else turned out very nice with minimal effort. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. We always appreciate when you tune into our channel. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And stay tuned for sometime during the week our next powder coating video. We're also going to have a making your own interior door panel video, but that's still a few weeks out.